What is fasting? Hello everybody and welcome back to Witness Catholic. I'm Christian, and it is a beautiful day outside and I've decided to shoot a video inside my house. Anyway, let's just go with it. It's great to get back to shooting videos. I welcome you all back. It's awesome. I've been on a little bit of a hiatus. And in today's video, we're going to talk specifically about fasting and intermittent fasting, how we can do it, what it is, and what are the benefits of fasting, especially spiritual benefits that come out of doing this. So what is fasting? Well, fasting is cutting everything out of your diet, right? Not quite. Especially when we talk about intermediate fasting. There are a lot of reputable sources out there that talk about intermediate fasting, and if you look at one in particular, I looked at the Cleveland Clinic's website, but you can look at many different websites. Intermediate fasting has sort of 4 ways to go about doing it. The first way is called the 2x5, where you only eat about 500 calories 2 times a week. Now, I know a lot of you don't calorie count, so when we think about 500 calories, think of it as how the Catholic Church teaches, where the Church teaches you to only eat 1 meal and then 2 real small meals that added together don't equal that larger meal. The way I think about it is only eat 1 meal, like dinner, and then have 2 small snacks throughout the day. And I really suggest this one if you haven't fasted before, that you start with doing this a couple times a week, just so you can get a feel for how fasting works and how it's going to affect you and your body. The second way to do it is essentially the first way, but you do it a couple more times a week, so maybe every other day, maybe 3 times a week, maybe 5 times a week, but you alternate each day. So those 2 are pretty basic, and they're very good for beginners, for people that may only fast on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday, or that haven't fasted at all in their entire life. This is a good opportunity and a good way for you to start fasting. There are 2 other ways that the Cleveland Clinic speaks about, and a lot of other places speak about in intermediate fasting, are the time way and the 24-hour fast. The time way is essentially you do a 16-hour fast in an 8-hour window where you can eat, or you do a 14-hour fast in a 10-hour window where you can eat, depending upon your skill level and what's effective for you. This is where my wife and I really started to go, and how this video started getting getting off the ground was because about 3 weeks ago we decided to go with this method for fasting. And I'll get into later why we did it and what we're doing it for. But we started to do that because we wanted to explore other ways to fast. So we chose the 16x8 method, to where we don't eat any food from 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. and then we can eat food the rest of the day, just our normal calorie intake. And I'll tell you right now, not eating breakfast can get pretty difficult. So the next one, the 24-hour fast, I would suggest that people who are really good at fasting and are experienced in fasting and know what it's going to do to them can do this, but I would not suggest this for any beginners, is the 24-hour fast, and it is what it is. Essentially, the 24-hour fast is you don't eat at 7 p.m. and you don't eat till 7 p.m. the next day. And that's what the 24-hour fast is. That is going to create some tension within your body. You're going to be irritable, you're going to be tired, you're not going to have much energy. You're probably going to get a headache, and maybe some other things might happen that are just going to make you grouchy and grumpy. So you might want to let your family know before you start doing that if you are going to consider doing a 24-hour fast. But the 24-hour fast is definitely not for beginners, like I said. It's definitely for somebody who's experienced in fasting or has done a little bit more fasting and is exploring a new opportunity within fasting. But like I said, my wife and I do the hours one, and it's worked really well with our schedule, with our baby schedule, and it's something that I would encourage you guys to do in the future if you're interested in doing it. There are two things I'd like to talk about when we talk about fasting here. The first one is, when you're fasting, don't assume you can't drink anything. You can definitely drink water, you can definitely drink coffee, and you can definitely drink tea. Please avoid things like milkshakes. You want to avoid things that really build up a lot of calories, so please avoid things like milkshakes. Please avoid, and I would really suggest to please avoid alcoholic beverages as well. It kind of defeats the purpose of fasting, especially from a spiritual perspective. It kind of really defeats that purpose. So please avoid that. I only drink alcohol on the weekends, especially when I'm working, and we don't fast on the weekends. We do 5 days on, 2 days off, 5 days on, 2 days off, and we kind of go from there. So you're looking at me going, why the heck are you teaching me about fasting, and what are the spiritual benefits behind fasting? What are the health benefits behind fasting? Why are we even learning about it? Well, quite honestly, fasting has both benefits, and I'm not a health expert, and I'm definitely not a theologian, so I don't know 100% of everything it does. I can only give you my own experience, and that's what I'm going to give you today. Health-wise, doctors consider it another diet. It definitely provides an opportunity to get rid of some excess calories in your diet, as long as you're not eating those excess calories on off days or hours when you can eat. It definitely helps you in your diet. But spiritually, I think it helps you a lot more than you think. And I think this is where I want to focus my time, is on the spiritual aspects of fasting. Fasting for me has done 3 major things. The first thing it's done is make me more disciplined. And God knows this very well. I am not the most disciplined person in the world, and I've always struggled with discipline as a whole, from a young age to now. For some reason, discipline has been a cross for me. And being able to fast and being able to squelch desires and not give in to that desire has been really uplifting for me from a discipline perspective. And that's huge. That's really big for me. And it's an awesome opportunity for me, and I love it. I love that I can do that. The second way is that it's humbling. It's very humbling for me. In my own experience, when I fast, I connect with those who are poor in the fact that I suffer. And I suffer because I'm hungry, and I really can understand how the hungry feel on a daily basis. And I only feel it for a couple hours, where these people feel it every single day. And it really makes me humble and really squelches my pride. And it's a great humbling experience to suffer like this. And thirdly, and I think probably most importantly, is the fact that it's an opportunity to offer up your suffering. You are suffering for Christ. You're suffering because you want to. And you're squelching, you're tamping down the desires of the flesh so that your relationship with God can overcome that desire. So the Spirit, you can live in the Spirit, as Jesus teaches us in Scripture. We must live in the Spirit, not of the flesh. We must die to our flesh and live in the Spirit. And this is a major opportunity for us to uplift ourselves, die to ourselves in a very small way, by not giving into our desires, by not giving into our fleshly desires, and giving into our desire to be close to God and nurturing that desire, and making a strong effort to really connect with Jesus Christ and to really develop our relationship with Him. And I think that is one of the most important points here about fasting. And you don't necessarily just have to fast from food. You can fast from sports. You can fast from alcohol. You can fast from TV altogether. There's a lot of things you can fast from. But food really hits the entire conglomerate of people, and it really makes us suffer because our bodies aren't nourished. So that opportunity to put God ahead of our own desire as our own human body desire is awesome. And it's been an awesome opportunity for me and an awesome time for me, because I've been able to spend more time with God and be more humble and learn that God means so much more than my fleshly desires. It's been fantastic. And I really encourage you guys to do this. It's an awesome opportunity. And if you're interested in fasting, like I said, I can link some websites to you if you're interested, or I can teach you a little bit more if you'd like to know a little bit more. I am not an expert by any means. I'm not a theologian, and I am not a health expert. I'm just giving you a background on what I know and how I've experienced this, and how I believe this is a good opportunity to witness to Christ by silently suffering alongside of Him. Before you try this, though, and I'm going to make the disclaimer right now, please, please, please consult your physician or go find a doctor and consult a doctor. There is no reason for you to fast and get sick. That is not the point of this. The point of this is to get rid of extra calories, to get rid of desires of your flesh, not to hurt yourself. So please consult your physicians, consult your doctors before you make absolutely any move to do this. I don't want anybody to get hurt, especially during this period of time. So please consult your doctors, and then I really encourage you, if they say okay, to give it a try. It is difficult. I warn you, it's not going to be easy, especially during that breakfast window for myself and for my wife. It gets hard. It gets very hard. But like I said, it's a discipline thing. It's very humbling, and it really leads me to prayer and to contemplation, even when I'm at work, just to close my eyes and let God speak to me and offer myself up to God that day, and offer that suffering up for individuals that are affected by the pandemic, for individuals that are affected by other diseases, for individuals that can't live day to day on a paycheck or have no paycheck or have no food, for anybody who's suffering right now. And that's the beauty of fasting, is we can offer that suffering up. It's the beauty of suffering in general, is we can offer that suffering up to God, and He can do with it as He wishes, or we can offer it up for our families. It really helps us not think about ourselves and to start thinking about other people and thinking about God, especially God, in a much deeper and a much more thorough way than we've ever done before. So I really encourage you all to give fasting a try, and that's pretty much all I have on fasting. Like I said, I'm really happy to be back shooting videos. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, and please subscribe to my channel. There's going to be quite a few other videos. There's going to be some fun videos. We might do some other series. I might start a series or two here and there, but I wanted to get this video out there just to talk a little bit about what my wife and I have been doing, especially in the fasting realm. But again, please subscribe, please like the video. There's going to be a lot more content coming out. Please follow me on Twitter if you're interested in look for me on Twitter at Witness Catholic. And God bless you all, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.